right, fellas, it's a Wranglers game day in Palm Springs. That 1-0 shutout victory Wednesday night. Dustin Wolf, 27 saves, bought them life and got them to a decisive winner-take-all against the Coachella Valley Firebirds with some Seattle Kraken reinforcements. That's an 8 o'clock puck drop tonight, Calgary time. I believe this time of year that's 7 o'clock Palm Springs time because it's like LA. Yeah, that's right. Okay, there you go. Big one. Big
hot
one
down there now, right? Palm Springs.
Screaming.
Real
40 yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brother's there. He says shade and cold drinks. That's the move. The rink would be a popular place right now, wouldn't it?
Would be good, actually.
Yeah. Cold air.
Yep.
Says the beers are $13 American, but other than that, good vibes.
Is Bob going to these games?
He went to game 3 that went to double or triple overtime.
Bad luck, Bob.
Bad luck, Bob. He said, I'm staying away for the team.
Off, Bob.
You know, it's good luck. Seems like everywhere he goes, they win. Sexy coaching candidate, Mitch Love. I've titled this image. You're going to think this is incredibly clever. Mitch Love. Because there's Kevin Weeks, who only tweets about big league stuff, generating plenty of NHL interest. Have to wonder if he's in top mix. Is that cat food? As the next head coach of the NHL of the Calgary Flames. We certainly know he's a candidate here. That's not breaking news. The question would be, okay, if you're getting interest around the league, where are other vacancies? New York has one. I don't know, but it's not gone unnoticed that he wins where he goes and was coach of the year last year and this year. And if his team can win tonight, that's another little gold star on the resume, is it not?
I think it would be.
Plenty. Getting plenty of NHL interest.
Plenty.
Well, how can that be? Because that'd be tampering.
That's right. Come on, Kev. Now, they might be interested, but they're not allowed to talk to him. They can only watch from afar. Like,
well, if he's talking to teams right now, he's a putz. He's busy.
Well, and we before the show started, was okay, like probably a GM next week because they said they wanted one for the amateur meetings. Those are next week. Then once the GMs and the head coach, and it's like, oh yeah, you're not talking to this guy now. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Win one more game. Get us some more home dates at the Dome.
Bring some games
Keep this
home.
season alive. Get a little more experience for the Walker Deer, Dustin Wolf, Jake Pelche types. It's great for the org. Get a win tonight, fellas.
Win, boys. Teach them how to play under pressure.
If you're going to play, you may as well win.
And if you want to watch AHL, theahl.com, you can go there and subscribe. There's a one-day pass for like $9. So if you're hard up for your Wranglers content, that's how you're going to get it tonight live. If you want to watch the thing. Okay, elsewhere, NHL news. Let's go to the winner last night. Quadruple overtime, nearly quintuple overtime. This from NHL PR. The first player in the modern era, I believe that's like where forward passes are allowed, like since the 30s or 40s, to score
since helmets,
a game winner. Oh, yeah, well before helmets. In the final 15 seconds of a multi-overtime period game. It's a lot. It's deep. But yeah, an hour, 139 minutes. Whew. Nearly 6 hours after puck drop. Hello. And he's right off the ice, as you saw there. Again, not a great night for Tkachuk. No one will care or remember. What they'll remember is this. It's pulled off the wall. Nice pick up, Benny. Zink! Uses the defender as a screen. Short side shelf. Let's get out of here. Start the bus. Perfect shot. How were they so alert in Carolina last night? These fans, they were sleeping at the intermissions, but they were cheering and chanting. Keep an eye on what's happening behind the bench here. This is over Rod Brindamore's shoulder, Dino. I don't know if you saw this. I filmed this on my TV last night because when I saw it, I'm like, what's going on? Watch his pocket here. What's he pulling out here? It's a little baggie or something. Oh. Cut to another camera. Cut to another camera. Someone's doing Ripper Magoo's in row 1 behind the coach. Jesus. Carolina. Who had Carolina on the bingo card for the blow sighting in the Eastern Conference Final? Miami was minus 500.
It takes a special person to watch that video and pick out.
I was just like,
dude's doing in his
what
pocket.
am I seeing there? And then I rewinded. I'm like, oh dear.
Maybe it's a Werther's.
That ain't a Werther's.
No.
And it melted.
I'm not going to play aficionado or expert, but
hot in my pocket.
That doesn't look like what's happening behind most coaches in the
Well, it
NHL.
ain't going to be hard to figure out who that person is.
I was going to say.
Somebody's going to know.
You immediately email your season ticket rep and say, oh, I sold the tickets on StubHub. Don't know who that was. and then shave your head the same
We don't
day.
endorse this behavior.
We don't endorse this. Just like driving drunk or having your dog drive your car. None of these things we endorse. Don't do it.
Kids.
Game 1 tonight, Vegas, Dallas. What are we looking at here? Oh, a couple of grizzled vets right there. Love those two guys. A couple of warriors, a couple of winners. Joe Pavelski. And we used to call him the lesser stone, but give him credit, Mark.
He's been okay.
Yeah, he's a pretty damn good player with a bad back. Holy shit. Vibes for this series that gets going at 6:30 tonight, Calgary time. Not really interested. We'll do the pick later, Dino, but just expectations or excitement level for this. I like these two teams. They're fun. They're tenacious. They're deep. They can score. Or are you just fatigued? You're just tired?
I think it'll be good hockey. I'm not.
There's no sizzle for it for me, but I do think it'll be good. I'm with you 100%. There's no
DeBoer against his old team. It's a tougher storyline to get in. It's a coach. Dadonov, and he was a bit piece there.
I got to squint to find something there that I'm really excited for. It'll watch me for a while.
I'm kind of the same. I think it's going to be great hockey. If you're a part of either fan base, you'd be pumped about it. But from my point of view, it's just going to be nice hockey. Like I'm not.
Yeah, fair.
No vested interest.
We will revisit in the Betway Bets of the Day later on in the program. We'll keep moving. Oh, my goodness. Blockbuster news out of Toronto today that delayed the start of Barn Burner. My goodness. Kyle Dubas is out as GM in Toronto. How we arrived here is a little bit murky, but we know he will not be back. Brendan Shanahan's going to address the media. It is 12 noon in Calgary right now, in an hour from now, 3 Eastern. And we'll probably learn more there. 9 years. His last 4 full seasons with the club, all over 100 points, because, of course, we had the weird 70-game season and the weird 56-game bubble season. Got out of the first round once, and that's clearly the Achilles heel. It's hard to build teams as good as they had in the regular season. It's also hard to have teams that good that were so futile in the postseason. And whether Kyle wanted to rest, they were ready to move on, or they just couldn't agree on what the path forward was. He's out, and a very, very precarious summer already with Austin Matthews and William Nylander expiring in a year gets a little more.
Yeah, you feel like if Dubas is back, that the path probably just continues on.
I would agree.
Guys that they have.
If you had to sort of say Dubas versus a new guy, Dubas signed all these guys. He's closer with these guys. He's committed. They've got his fingerprints on them. The new guy is going to be like, what can I get for Matthews today? I'm not necessarily going to do it, but I need to know. Let's call some people.
You wonder about Sheldon Keefe, because those two were kind of attached at the hip.
They gassed their AHL staff today, which tells me they lost their semifinal out east. So their head coach and assistant for the Marlies are done. Could be a big reset here. Shanahan clearly still there as he's supposed to the press conference.
I was just going to say that too. Odd that you hear Shanahan's name. Forgot almost that he was there, because I don't remember seeing him once on a clip during the playoffs.
It's that Poho gig, man. It's a good one.
Right?
It's always the GM's fault.
You see Spezza and Dubas there.
Yeah, just above all the stray bullets.
Mm-hmm. He's like Sting in the rafters, right? You really got to hunt
Life's
for him.
good up here. Yeah, it's all
big salary too.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Things great in Arizona, hey? No. Logan Cooley, who went 3rd overall in last year's NHL entry draft. You know, here's the thing, right? He's got a big decision in his life, and sometimes you're just ready for the big crowds and a professional atmosphere. So he's staying in college. He's not going to Arizona. It's the best season we've seen from a first post-draft year that won't go to the NHL. And look, he's got to stay for another 2 to be a free agent. I'm not suggesting that's happening. But if you told me that Minnesota had a better environment to play in than Arizona next year, I'd believe it. And maybe they're in Houston in a year and he can show up and it's actually
there has to be some strategy to that for him, right? Like, it's not just that they're playing at Mullet Arena.
More fans in Minnesota.
Well, and honestly,
no, I mean, you're right.
It's a shit show there. And to be fair, like, it's a very different season to play 82 games next year versus be in the gym every week of the year and play 36. Like, it might be the best thing developmentally for him, but you also it's a shitstorm there. Like, is anyone as a free agent choosing to go to Arizona next year? There's so much uncertainty.
But beyond that, though, it's not as though
that's a year career that you're testing out the window.
I mean,
if you sign with Arizona, you're going to get your money and
knock a year off your
Bettman is you're. It's not as though you're going to be
It's the
I
NHL.
got left at the side of the road. I should have gone back to school. You talk about it all the time.
Oh yeah, he's third overall. He's getting it's the same contract he'll get in a year. It's just interesting that he's choosing to go back to college because you're right. He's not burning a year off a deal. He's not getting a year closer to free agency. And maybe that has something or nothing to do with the state of the franchise. Like literally, if he's saying I'm going pro, where's he buying a house?
Who cares? Like,
I mean, I don't even
who cares? So you rent in Phoenix for a year.
You make $1 million and you live in Scottsdale and you play in the effing NHL.
Like, I know everyone's loving to dunk on Arizona right now.
Yeah.
And this may be the best for him development.
What the hell difference does it make for, sorry, Ryan, but what the hell difference does it make for him if he buys a house or rents a house in Scottsdale and then the next year they're in Houston?
Yeah, no.
He doesn't have kids and family and tie, right? Like, I don't get it.
It's a shit show, but it is the NHL. And maybe this is a guy that does need another year of college anyway. And it's just that it's Arizona. But it's to Byron Bader, Calgary guy, hockeyprospecting.com's point, there hasn't been that good of a season that hasn't graduated out of North America in the last 30 years. So it's statistically odd. Now, maybe it's a unique body type and he needs another year in the gym, but everything coming up Yotes. Huh? Love the Yotes.
You love it. You're so happy. No one is happier than you to see what's happening.
Dean, many of us like being happy. And if you look for things to be happy, you have a happy life.
God,
and if you like being miserable and you look for things to be miserable, you have a miserable
you're
life.
loving the misery that is in Arizona.
It was what Brent always said. Was it something
Schadenfreude. You just, but it's not universal Schadenfreude. For whatever reason, Bettman and the failure of the Coyotes is just, you can't stop smiling and giggling.
It just feels like if you put a grade 3 class in charge of the assignment, they would have done a better job over the last 15 years. They'd be in Hamilton or Houston or somewhere where they're not playing in a junior A rink. The Flames will go to the Penticton Young Stars tournament and play in front of bigger crowds than they will in Tempe next year.
And they had a rink built for them.
And the people said, you guys are such assholes. We will stop taking your money, lose more money on this rink than we own, rather than deal with you.
Yeah, we're not dealing with you. We built you this rink and really wanted you to be here, but we've decided
we can't deal with you.
Opinion has changed. Out.
It's not worth the headache of dealing with you assholes.
Yeah.
Get out.
And Logan said the same thing.
I just don't know what are you going to do if they do move to Houston and then it's a thriving franchise? Then
I'll be happy.
You won't be.
I will. I'll be like, see, that grade 3 class would have done that a decade ago.
It'll bring you far less joy than this.
I'll have something else to be happy about. Here's a situation I'm distraught over.
Oh, no.
The Ottawa Senators look like they have their shit together. Ever since Eugene's daughters took over after his passing, this has been an absolute sprint to give people to take our money, take our billions. And look at this group coming together. So we have Nico Sparks, who's a producer, writer, actor, Snoop Dogg, a First Nations group that's got a lands claim where the rink wants to get put. And now the world's fastest man, Donovan Bailey, joining the group. Holy shit. Ottawa's hot, baby. Alex is just doing backflips from his home, producing the show. Exciting times. This bid's got some momentum. It's going to get $1 billion for the Senators. Does that not blow your mind?
Oh, yes, it
Like,
does.
how long ago were they bought out of bankruptcy? 20 years ago? 25?
And this would upset you if Eugene were still alive because you love taking runs.
It wouldn't
Eugene,
happen.
So
Eugene was suing the people trying to build a rink with him. It's like that's
Eugene
why
would
this
still be
is a significant blow because I lost the backpack item when we lost Eugene. He would have found a way to screw this all up because he did. That was his move. Okay, we'll move along. What else have we got for you? Baseball. Aaron Boone's a little salty in Toronto. Does he not like
he's just salty
Canadian slang? Is
across the board?
Is it Canadian bacon? Is it this
prick.
Is it the sales tax?
Booney.
This is game 4 of 4. And the first 3 games he's been barking at everyone.
Yeah, he's sour.
You're bleeping crazy. You're crazy. Sit the bleep down, Pete. And that's Pete Walker's talking to Jay's pitching coach. It's like it's his house. He's barking, telling everyone what to do. It's my house. You sit there.
And I don't know. I mean, it's not like there's some recent playoff.
It's May.
It's May.
It's May.
And you would think that this was Texas, like Odor.
Yes. Yeah, it's like game 5 of divisional series.
No,
like, what are we doing here?
Sit down, fat boy. Shut the F up, black and
Yes.
4 games in May, fellas.
And like you got 3, but you kind of put a target all over yourself when you get caught with now every team's going to be just
Hey, you know what? It's good though. You play that many games. If you can find some
That would have been a great
passion
series
somewhere
to watch.
along the way.
Yankees went 3 of 4, Dino.
Not
Aaron
good.
Judge missed his 4th home run of the series by 3 inches. Oh,
Has there been I was thinking about this the other day. That they still allow managers to leave the dugout and just scream in the faces of the officials, right? Like the umpire. There's no other sport that would tolerate that. If you left the
Paul
bench,
Maurice has to stay on the bench when he's having his tantrums.
you get fined, suspended, that sort of thing. It's a weird thing that's in the fabric of baseball.
Yep.
Well, here he comes. Well, you better get your money's worth. And there he goes. Now he's going to give it to him for a little bit longer.
Get your money's worth.
Yeah, get your money.
It's my biggest fear about robot umps, guys. We need to keep the manager ump. So let the umpire call the safe and out at home plate. Give him a little buzzer, whether it's strike or ball. We can't lose tossing umps. It's too good.
Yeah,
because you're at a game and you see it, but
it's so great. Oh, it's so
and
great.
then he gets tossed, and you're right. You always got to get your money worth. I'm tossed now. Don't leave anything in your pocket.
And if you're on the road, the fans just pile on the manager. That slow kind of walk of shame back to the dugout. It's great.
It's a beautiful thing.
I'm surprised they allow it in this day and age where no conflict. We can't have.
So
that.
can we get the robot ump and still toss managers? That's best case.
Crazy.
I'm bleeping crazy.
You're crazy.
Sit the bleep down, fat boy. Let's move to what do we got? PGA Championship. We got a major, Rhett. Rhett was excited to watch golf today. Says, turn it on. We got golf. How about the day one for the Canadians? 4 Canucks in the top 20. Never happened before at a major after any day. Taylor Pendereth, Corey Connors. Okay, very good. And did you miss this? You ever thought like, it's just a little mucky. I think I can hit this ball. Suddenly, tour favorite Tom Kim, he got more than he was looking for here. So this is him post game on the top, and this is him in the. You need hip waders. Look at this.
Look at that.
What do you think?
I've got
He's got some quads on him. Attaboy, Tommy. It's to the point where, look at this. So he's covered in mud from basically quads down, all his arms. He's going to go sit in the stream try to get the muck off.
Pace of play. Come on.
And apparently everyone just loves this guy. I don't know if it's a rookie or second year, but young guy on the tour. He's just having a bath in the stream, and then his tarp's off.
It's got a booter.
Oh, yeah, barefoot. He's now wearing capri pants. This is not a good look, Tom, but we're all white today. He wasn't wading into the mud.
Imagine having to continue to play golf after that.
Yeah, you talk about swass. This guy's got
your day's done.
Butt, swamp butt. Corey Connors currently 3 under. Your co-leaders, Scotty Scheffler and douchebag Bryson DeChambeau. Live guy.
Really want to cheer for him.
Don't you? Okay, we shall move along. Nathan McKinnon was at the Nuggets game last night. Now, these pro athletes, like, Rhett, you must just amaze people because it's not just that you're good at hockey. It's anything. You guys are just naturals. Here's Nate Dogg trying to make a free throw. There's Pinkerton. That's the mascot for the Nuggets. Love Pinkerton. Oh, geez. Take it back. He's very good at hockey. Right, Nate. We've got an update from...
Now, if you stunk, would you agree to do it? If you knew your chances are going to...
Closer.
I mean, how do you not just... Could you get 10 free throws an hour before the game? That should be enough to at least, not... That's a heavy clang. Like, that's brutal.
I don't know. Look at us sitting here. I mean, he hit the backboard. That's probably all I could do.
Bad shoulders.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably your arm. So you're in your prime, Rhett? Come on. You're swish. You're
this
swish.
guy was athletic, though. He's got a chef. He should be in.
Yeah.
That's right.
Throwing it down.
300 grand on foodie or something. We go from there to, well, it's an update from the playoff draft. It was not that long ago. Was it April 16, I want to say? April 15, somewhere in there? Yeah. Village Honda, the presenting sponsor of the Pinder Report, not running away, 102 points. Wow. DC Power in second, the Fat Falloons third. Gray Eagle, big assist to our boy Jack, Stefan Nason, pick of the draft apparently, in fourth, and the Paradise Bay Old Puckers, top 5. Remember the team that kept drafting Kings?
Yeah.
Keep looking down. That was Vina Nova there in last.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
So that's your round 2 update and that game last night. Thought we should probably get people up to speed. And that loud Well, he shouldn't be allowed to speak publicly. The guy, the yellow hoodie from Mad Rose,
Right.
not the savant he was telling us he was.
No.
They're dead middle of the pack.
No. Good to see 403 local in the mix there because they took a beating.
Well, you said it at the draft. You need a villain. It really helps. They were the enemies that night.
Yeah.
It was for the kids. They wouldn't even accept that
Justin
donation.
was he was on the shit list that night.
I saw him
There was
yesterday.
a lot of infighting.
Said he had a lot of fun. So they didn't mind being the villain.
Great spot. 403 local over by
There you go.
Canyon Meadows. Go and support.
Go say hi.
Good guys.
Calgary FC in action Sunday. It looks like things are a go. If you're in Calgary, you know the skies are much better today. Atletico Ottawa coming in. Still looking for their first win. They haven't lost yet, but they haven't won yet. It's game 6. They have 5 draws and 5 matches. Go get them, fellas. And I saw some Tommy merch floating around the interwebs. There's a Tommy Wheeldon shirt somewhere in the UK that's popped up.
Really?
Wild stuff. We'll have it next week for you.
Let's go, Tommy.
Last couple for you. Roughnecks in action at the Rough House. Tomorrow, 7:30. It's game 3 against the Colorado Mammoth.
The Mammoth.
Mammoth. They've each won once, and it's McBride against his old team because he's AGM, assistant coach of that team or something like that.
He's dead to me.
He is a beauty. Love that guy.
What
Owes
do
me
they-
beers.
What do they play when they win?
I think Roch is waiting in the final,
Roch.
and they got a great storied history there. Roch, big time. That's where the PGA Championship was crazy. Everything coming up Roch. Finally, it's a long weekend, and so just a little laugh for the viewers here as we welcome you to what's traditionally a very boozy, fun weekend. Anyone house hunting? You need an apartment?
I wish.
No.
Get the kids out. You could move.
This is our good pal, Julian. This is a gorgeous apartment. Do we try to explain it or just move along?
It's tough. Sorry, listeners.
Yeah, it's you're going to want the YouTube for this one.
Yeah, go ahead. You'll find it on YouTube.
So congrats. The Pinder Report brought to you by the first place Village Honda playoff draft team.
There you go. Village Honda, bragging rights.
Oh, boy,
Northwest Auto Mall. Good at a lot of things, apparently. Paying
Seriously.
top dollar for your used vehicle. They've got $1 million to do it. Sell them the vehicle. It goes on their lot. You get the money and a tropical cruise for 2. Find out more. VillageHonda.com, your dealership for life.